What is going on, everybody? We are back today with another episode of Astroneer. The fuck is this? Excuse me? Oh, it's probably is there like a fall update? There's probably an update. They do this for all the holidays and stuff. They'll add little fun like tethers and stuff. Let me get these going here. Perfect. And then let's... Well, this looks different too. Whoa, okay, different interface. Scrap, clay. It's the same. It's all the same. Oh! Oh, we can trade Astronium for exochips, packagers, solid fuel jump jets, dynamite, and hydrazine. That's pretty neat. And then what's going on here? So this will have an event, so we can basically get event items, put them in here, and send them off for points. Okay. All right. Don't know how much of that we'll do, but it is here. Okay. Well. So if we run across any of the event stuff, you'll know. Trust me. All right. What are we up to today? I believe that goes like that. I believe we want to probably work on getting to the RTG. Once we hit the RTG, we can kind of just fly around and complete the game, is the best way to put it. So let's look here. Print an RTG, yeah, okay. So to do that, we're gonna have to unlock the RTG. I'm pretty sure it's in the medium printer. No, it would be like power. Actually, we want to do the silos first, more than likely. So let's look. I mean, let me look here. I don't think there's anything crazy in here. Yeah, so let's go and look at our silos. Where's storage, actually? Am I stupid? Power. Platform. Storage. Okay. So we want a large silo B. We need 3 steel. That's going to be number 1. And so to make steel... Steel is carbon, iron, and argon. I mean, we've got argon. How much? I don't know. Oh, a lot. And we can easily make a bunch of carbon. So then we'll just have to see what we can do in terms of... Is this iron? I mean, we should be good then. Sorry, we want to keep that. We want to put that back. Put that there. Everything else we need. Perfect. So this should be pretty simple. I guess it doesn't really help us. So we're just going to wait for this to finish processing. Grab all 3 of these. Actually, yeah, we did want that. Looking for a silo. It's unlocked for sure. Large storage silo B. That is medium printer. Not unlocked. I lied. We need 7,500 bits. So that will be our goal. And then we actually do want to see, do we have the smaller things? I mean, we have what we need to make it, so we should be okay. And then we need these ones. Medium storage silos is 2 titanium. Which means we need Titanite, which I definitely don't think I have. Not that we can't get it necessarily, but might be a little more cumbersome than we're hoping for. So let's just put these down. So 2 titanium, huh? Two scrap for 1. That is gonna be a problem. Tell you what, let us go down in a cave. We got a couple things we gotta do. Because if we're looking for Titanite, we're not gonna come across it anytime soon. I can tell you that. Because I believe that is this. Oh, it's titanium. Hold on. Titanite is found in Bessania Mountains. Okay. So I lied. We're going to go in search of a mountain. Might as well take our buggy, right? So what we'll actually do is we'll get the rover going. And we'll just drive out and find some Titanite. And honestly, we'll just drive normally. Just what we wanted. Should be enough to get off here. That's fine. Alright, perfect. So then we're just driving out looking for a mountain. I believe we know there's a mountain over here, right? I'm just gonna keep trying to make a nice, clean drive here. I don't see anything yet. Uh-oh, we're out of soil. Bit of a bummer, but we'll fill it up quick here. And so basically our next couple of goals are going to be to fit the rover with everything we need. And then we'll take the rover pretty much everywhere we go. Now, can I fit this on here? Yes. Wonderful. Let's keep it that way. We'll probably take another one with us, to be honest. And this, I think, is what's considered a Bessania mountain. Yeehaw. And actually, oh no, that's graphite. That still might come in handy, though, to be honest. Ugh. So we're just going to be looking for some Titanite in here. Oh, so get this. So I go... Not that I go. So I'm basically looking to pick up some G Fuel a week ago, right? There's the new ooze ones. I'm like, let me grab those. See what it's like. And I do pick them up. They're on some back order, but eventually they finally ship. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I guess it was on Saturday. That's not what we want. And I'm feeling pretty good, right? I guess we're not taking that. And I'm waiting for it to get here. And yesterday it goes out for delivery. And you know, it'll be delivered by the post office, which isn't a problem. Usually I have great track record at my home with the post office. It's UPS that messes everything up. And so I'm here, I'm just waiting. I see it's out for delivery and I'm like, I'll chill and wait. I'm stoked, talking to Dakota about how I want this G Fuel. And they come, they drop off packages at my door, but not the G Fuel. And I don't know where it is. And we had 3 other packages delivered by USPS. All of which showed up just fine with no issues. So, you know, thinking that's a little strange. Something's going on there. And I look at the tracking and it says, you know, unable to be delivered, non-desirable address. Never something I've heard of nor seen. And so I'm thinking, you know, maybe there's just some sort of like weird random issue with it. Also, here is the Titanite we're looking for, so that's pretty sick. So I give the post office a call. They're closed, and it has me put in my tracking number, and it'll tell me where my package is and all that, and give me my redelivery options, etc. I am on the phone with an automated robot for probably 20 minutes trying to put in the code, and the problem is every time I start typing, it wants, you know, me to type out the code or type out like the tracking number for it. As soon as I start typing, it'll be like, sorry, that is only 3 digits. So what I had to do is I had to type it out several times so that I knew the tracking number well enough to type it without having to like tab out, basically. You know, go look at it and type it again. I could just do it all the way through. Finally, I do it. And it says, you know, unfortunately, we could not deliver to this location. However, your package will be held at, you know, insert an address here at the post office. So I'm like, okay, that seems like kind of far away. So I'm looking up like, you know, nearby post offices. It is the 3rd furthest post office. Like there's 2 that are closer to my house. And I was like, oh, whatever. I guess I'll get up early, go get the G Fuel, get it over with, right? So I get up 7:30 this morning. Don't even shower, which if you know me, not my thing. I am a shower boy through and through. But I don't even shower. I get in the car, cup of coffee. I'm driving down to this post office. I get there about, maybe 8 minutes before they open, roughly. And there's maybe 20 fucking people in line. Just like an absurd amount of human beings at the post office prior to them opening. And, you know, stupid little me just assumes they'll probably have enough people to deal with all this, right? Like, they'll have 4 or 5 people staffed in the morning. There are 2 fucking people that are there. 2. It's insane to me. But, you know, after that, I'm like, you know what? We'll deal with it. We'll figure it out. We'll come back in a minute once they open. So doors open. I get in line behind everyone else that's already there, and I'm just waiting for my turn, basically. Can't fill that. Okay, good to know. So I'm watching people come in. They don't have stamps. So a lot of people came to like mail cards or letters and shit like that. They're like, yeah, we don't have stamps, so you actually have to go to a different post office. What do you mean you don't have stamps? That's your, like, you're the stamp place, right? That's the post office, the fucking stamp place. So I'm like losing my fucking mind just watching this. But it's making my trip a little bit quicker. Because, you know, they get in line, they say I need stamps, they go, we ain't got no stamps, they gotta leave. Fair enough. So then I'm like probably about 10th in line. I've been there a half hour. And I'm just watching how the post office works. And there's a lot more to this story, by the way, so get prepared. So next person walks in, says, here's what I've got. They go, oh, sorry, we can't help you for X, Y, or Z reason. Oh, sorry, we actually don't do the overnight or 2-day service here. We can only give you like ground priority or like whatever the other service they offer is. And I'm like, again, you're a post office. What do you mean you don't offer those options? You just do. I'm going crazy. And none of the people there are 3 tellers at this point. Not a single one of them is even remotely helpful to like literally anybody's concerns. But I'm thinking, you know, mine's just like, hey, I got a package. I just gotta pick it up. It's gonna be simple. So I am there 60 full fucking minutes. And finally I'm up. And I go up to this man. His name is Wu. And I just say, hey, I'm here for a package pickup. And he goes, what kind of package? And I'm like, oh, it's like an energy supplement. And he goes, no, what style of package? And I'm like, oh, it's in a box. And he goes, okay, do you have more specifics than that? And I'm like, it's about like this big. And I show him like, you know, it's about that big. It's got two things of G Fuel in it. And he's like, yeah, I can see what I can find. And then just walks away. Right? Not like, what's the address on it? What's your name? Do you have the tracking number or some other identifiable number? Just let me look. I'll see what there is. So I'm waiting for Wu to come back. Wu finally comes back. He goes, we don't have anything like that back here. And I'm like, okay, here's the number, here's the address. Oh, that's helpful. Let me go look. Who would have guessed? Then he's gone. Finally comes back after probably about 10 minutes and says, oh, we don't service this address. And I was like, what do you mean you don't? And he goes, yeah, your address, it's a different post office. And I was like, you're joking, because it tells me on here that it's this address. Oh, well, why would we, like, this is like 15 minutes away. I'm not a post officer. I don't know. So I'm like, can you at least pull me the address of the location it's at? And he's like, you don't know your local post office? No, clearly fucking not, considering I'm here. I obviously don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. But I just wanted to retrieve my package. So he goes, yeah. So he walks over and I'll tell you, I technically live in Inglewood. However, the way that the county or city or whatever it is shaped, there is this tiny little, it's like basically like this, and then there's this little peninsula right here that is, I shit you not, like a quarter of a mile wide and like 6 miles long. Probably to do with some gerrymandering garbage. So I'm like, where do I go? And he says, you don't know your local post office. And I go, no. And he goes, all you got to do is Google post office Inglewood. And I'm like, all right, sure, man. So I Google it. There's 3. 1 technically not in Inglewood, and 2 technically in Inglewood. So then I go back and I'm like, hey man, I don't know which one of these it is. Can you help me? And he's like, let me write the address down for you. Thanks. The first 2 times I asked for that, we couldn't do it. We had to get SAS. But now when he realizes that there's multiple, he's like, oh. So he writes down the address, and it's on a place called Broadway Street, which is probably about a 30-minute drive from where I live and a 40-minute drive plus from the post office I'm currently at. So I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me at this point, right? So I just accept it. I'm like, I'm going to drive down there. We're going to figure it out. That's what's going to happen. On the way there, I'm looking on my phone at what other post offices there are. And there is one fairly close to my place. And I'm like, let's just stop in there and see if, even if it's at this other location, just see if they have more info or are more helpful. So I stop in and there's no one in there except this one lady who's working. And I just explained to her and I said, hey, I just came from this location. Here's what they told me. Are you able to just look it up and tell me where it's at? And she's like, can you tell me your address? And I tell her and she goes, that one will be here for sure. And she's like, it's just a minute away, right? And I was like, yeah, I live literally just down the street. And she goes, I promise you, we have it here no matter what you've been told. But let's take a look anyways. So she pulls it up, looks in the system, and she says, yeah, it says that it's at the Broadway location. And I was like, okay. And she goes, I'm sure it's back there, though, so let me go look. And she goes back behind, you know, into her little cubby area where they keep all the holds and shit. And I'm like, why would it say online that it's at this location? And then, you know, on the phone say it's at a different location, and in reality, it would be here. Like, it's gotta be Gotta be at this Broadway location. And she comes out, she's got the package of G Fuel, and she says, anytime you have a package issue, it'll probably be here. And I was like, why is it wrong? I don't understand. And she said, oh, it just happens. That's how the post office works. It's the worst. And I was like, all right, good to know. If I ever have a package mix up, that's where I'll go. And we'll be on our way. That is the post office. If you've never seen and or dealt with, it's just wrong, apparently. And they tell you, oh yeah, everything sucks. It's all wrong. Nothing I can do. It's just fucking wrong. And I have to accept that and be okay with it. But like, what the fuck? So anyways, that was my post office morning. How are you guys doing? I was flabbergasted. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what do you mean that's just how it is? And she's like, that's the post office. It sucks. So anyways, we have both the Ooze G Fuels if you guys are interested. I thought I was insane. I thought it was on me. I'm like, what do you mean it's not at this location, it's not at that location? How does no one know what fucking location this thing is at? And I'd asked her about why, like it says that it's an undesirable location, is what's like typed out. And she goes, oh, he probably meant undeliverable, and just typoed it. And I was like, oh, that's wonderful. And so I was like, why would it be undeliverable? And she said, most likely, what happened is you were supposed to, like, they're supposed to leave it. We have a big box of our mailboxes, right? And if it doesn't fit in our normal slot, which mine wouldn't, they give you a key and that goes into like a larger box, and we can use that key to unlock the box. And that's a standard, fairly normal thing from what I've seen. And that never happened. And I explained to her, you know, usually they'll come and drop it off at my door, and they didn't this time. Do you know why that might be? And she said, oh yeah, some of them, they just don't want to. They don't, like, it's too much for them. So they'll just not drop it off. And I was like, oh, cool. And she's like, yeah, so if you ever have issues, just come back to me. And I was like, okay, thanks. And that was my day. That was how I spent most of my morning. So I hope you're all having a better day than I am. This is bad odds. Okay. Let's get that smelting. See if this is done. Perfect. Didn't we have more? Am I crazy? Oh, they're on there. So we're going to be able to make 3. Usually I probably would make like 12. I don't know anymore. Yeah, anyways, that was the issue I had to deal with today. If you've ever had a problem with the post office, I wouldn't be surprised. There we go. Thank you. Grab that. Put that right there. And we're not going to make progress for a couple episodes, it seems. Because we need more bits is really the issue. I think we can get by, at least now, with just one little section of these things. We just need that other piece to be done, and we'll be good to go. But we're only at 4,500, so I think it's 7,500 is what we're looking for, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So 12 medium slots. These all fit on medium slots, and that's how it goes. So that is going to do it for this episode. The next time we come back, we're going to make sure that we get enough bits to take care of everything. Does it tell me here? That's 1,000 bits. That's 800 bits. So we're going to need more of these. Wonderful. Let's just go grab one. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna fuck with it right now. Too much effort. That's going to do it for this episode. I do hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.